What I'll put up is Dane. In this video I'm going to be telling you the skinny fat solution, right? I know plenty of people that are suffering from the skinny fat solution, right? So how do you know if you're skinny fat? If you have a big stomach and you're skinny at the same time, so you have small arms, not a lot of muscle mass, then you are definitely skinny fat, right? So no worries, I've got you. Let's get into this video. I'm going to be telling you exactly how to get rid of the skinny fat look. Okay, so now that we know you don't really have a lot of muscle mass and you're carrying a lot of fat, you have two options to go from here, right? So either way, in my opinion, you're not going to be the happiest with your body type in taking the first step, because let's face it, you haven't got a lot of muscle mass and you have a lot of fat, right? So if you cut, if you lose weight, you're just going to be skinny, and if you bulk, you're just going to gain more and more fat, right? But I'm going to try my best to give you the most value, because like I said, I even work with people that are skinny fat that ask me to lose weight, and I tell them exactly what to do, right? So without further ado, let me just give you all the information, right? So step number one, or even option number one, is to cut first, right? You can cut, which basically means losing weight. This, in my opinion, is the best option, but like I said, you can choose either one, right? Because at the end of the day, you need to gain muscle mass and you need to lose fat. The number one reason though why I say you need to cut first, and this is real important, is because if you just gain more and more weight, if you go on a bulk, you're just going to look more, your appearance is probably going to look more and more round, right? So more of an endomorph look. Whereas if you cut first, you'll lose the weight, you'll probably end up getting six-pack abs, right? And then once you have this, you'll probably feel your confidence will be a lot better. And one thing to mention as well, losing fat is a whole lot faster than gaining muscle, right? That's really important to note. Losing fat, you can lose fat in like 1 month, you can lose an insane amount of fat, depending on how heavy you are at the moment. Obviously, the heavier you are, the more fat you can lose, which is always a very good information to know, right? So yeah, that's option number one, to cut first. My opinion, like I said, is the best option because it gives you instant gratification. So option number two is to bulk. This basically means gaining more muscle mass, again eating the calorie surplus. And if you don't know already, in order to gain muscle mass, you need to be in the calorie surplus, and that does mean adding extra fat, right? So if you're skinny fat already and you do have a big belly, maybe bulking is not your option. I don't know, you need to decide, because you're just going to gain more and more fat. You will gain muscle, but you'll just get bigger and bigger, right? Not necessarily just fat, some muscle, but like I said, it's not going to give you instant gratification because it will take a longer period of time. So those are the two options for you, and I'm going to tell you how to, like, what foods to eat in order to do it on a cut, in order to do it in a bulk, and just all the knowledge you need to know, right? Okay, so if you chose the option to cut, you need to have a diet with high protein intake. This not only just maintains the muscle mass that you already have, not that you actually have a lot of muscle mass because we're choosing the cutting option here, but still protein intake needs to be high. Here's why. Protein digests a lot slower and make you feel a lot more fuller, making the diet also a bit easier, right? You don't want to go on a diet that's you're not going to feel satisfied. So, and also increase your vegetables, right? Protein and vegetables are going to be most of your diet. And then I'll tell you how many calories you should eat per day roughly in order to lose weight, right? So 15 times your body weight in pounds. And by the way, this will apply to bulking as well, so keep watching the video, this does apply. 15 times your body weight in pounds. Once you have that number, that's called your calorie maintenance. So for those of you who are bulking, make sure to listen to this. Once you have your calorie maintenance minus 500, if your option again is to lose weight, and then if you want to bulk, plus 500. There we go. That's just a basic little rough estimate. Obviously you have to track your calories yourself and see how your weight is behaving, how it's fluctuating and stuff like this. But yeah, to cut, if you want to lose weight, high protein intake, high vegetable intake, and the carbs and fats can just surround itself as long as you keep the protein intake high and the calorie balance, the calorie deficit in check, right? The amount of calories I've just given you. So option number two is to bulk, right? What foods do I eat to bulk? How do I do this, Dane? I'll tell you exactly how. So like I said, you need to be in the calorie surplus. Like I just told you, it's 15 times your body weight in pounds plus 500. This will give you enough nutrients to build more muscle tissue. But like I did say at the start of the video, if you are going to choose this option, just be careful, because you need to know that you will gain more and more fat as it goes on, and losing fat will take 1 month, gaining muscle will take a lot more, like, to look better, right? So Just keep that in mind. So what foods to eat? You want to eat foods that are more calorie dense. If you are hard gain and skinny fat, if you kind of know what I'm trying to say, I'll get into that in a second. They're almost what they call subcategories of skinny fat, right? So I'll tell you that in a second. If you are the hard gainer of the skinny fat, right? So even though you are fat already, you always struggle to like gain muscle and stuff like this. You probably want to eat foods a bit more high in calories if you are going to struggle hitting that number, which I doubt you are, because you're already getting a lot of weight, right? So I doubt that's going to happen. But foods to eat are pasta, rice. These are my two favorite. You can eat oats. A lot of healthy fats like olive oil, coconut oil. These foods are real high in calories. And like I said, if you the hard gainers in the subcategory, these are the foods you're going to need to eat. And of course, keep your protein still a little bit high. It doesn't need to be as high as when you're dieting though. So the subcategories are, like I said, the skinny fat, and then like the hard gainer. So if you're the person that's skinny fat, right, at the same time you actually struggle to gain a bit of muscle mass, you are the hard gainer, right? So that did apply to you. On the other hand, if you're skinny fat and you just gain weight way too quickly, right? Just way too quickly, your metabolism is slow. You need to eat more vegetables, right? I had to like take a pause there, because I know most people don't want to hear that, but you need to space your meals a bit. You know, not all calorie dense foods like olive oil, coconut oil, pasta, rice. Maybe one solution for you is to have like in one meal have a salad, and then the rest of the meals either high calorie foods. And if you're still gaining weight fast, do 2 meals like a salad, a lot of vegetables, then the rest of the meals high calorie foods, stuff like this, right? Just slowly control your intake. But if you're a hard gainer and you're skinny fat, you don't really need to worry so much about that. So that's all you really need to know. If you're skinny fat, that's the skinny fat solution. I know plenty of people that they've got a big belly, their arms are skinny, they don't have a lot of muscle mass, and this is exactly what I tell them, right? So to summarize, if you're gonna cut, if you're gonna lose weight, that's option number 1. In my opinion, this is the best option, just in my opinion, but this is your choice. It's going to give you instant gratification. Or number 2 is to bulk. You just need to make sure that you know you're going to get a bit more fat, gaining a bit more fat and muscle. Gaining muscle does take a lot longer, right? So maybe if you really want to look better, choose the cutting option for the instant gratification, right? So I hope this video brought some value to you. If it did, let me know in the comment section down below. I'd really love to hear your comments. I get high when I get comments, I'm not gonna lie. So most importantly, subscribe to, why am I always saying that? Most importantly, stay positive, stay smiling, subscribe to the channel, and have a good day.